The upcoming colony survival strategy games focus on long-term planning, resource management, and adapting to constant pressure. These titles highlight different approaches to building, sustaining, and protecting settlements in challenging environments. Let's get into it! Drownlight is a city-building survival simulator in a flooded setting where a lighthouse keeps a human settlement alive. Players build outward from the lighthouse, manage food, fuel, power, and labor, and respond to storms and resource shortages. New survivors arrive drawn by the light, increasing both workforce and pressure on supplies. Decisions affect morale and survival, especially during crises. If the lighthouse fails, people are lost, making careful planning and constant resource control essential. Steel Artery Train City Builder is a city-building simulator where an entire settlement exists on a moving train. Players add wagons as buildings, manage jobs, housing, food, and services, and maintain an economy with wages, prices, and resource flow. Citizens act on their own needs, choosing work and routines without direct control. Different races introduce varied demands and tensions. Stops in resource regions supply materials, while limited space makes layout, planning, and logistics critical. Pax Autocratica combines colony simulation with first-person roguelike combat under a single-player controlled regime. Players construct and expand a centralized base, pass laws, and manage citizen needs such as fear, loyalty, hunger, and happiness through policy and infrastructure. Between management phases, the leader enters FPS missions across hostile regions, commanding squads, gaining temporary upgrades, and securing resources. Outcomes of combat feed back into colony growth, technology progress, population control, and long-term state stability.
They say the world once bore a different visage.
Trailblazers Into the March is a roguelite experience built around a constantly moving landship. Players recruit crew members, assign roles, manage food, morale, and supplies, and upgrade the landship as a shared living space. Expeditions send the landship into hostile regions, with tactical real-time battles that allow pause and crew commands. Crew relationships and stress affect performance, while each run retains progress that supports deeper planning and gradual expansion.
Fixed upon the march, becoming what this world demands.
you planning a new expedition?
I upgraded your ship, dear customer. You are more likely to succeed this time.
Tell me, are you sure you want this contract? I will not tolerate failure.
Wipe away your tears, my child. Death is not the end.
It was always within you, wasn't it? The heart.
Ant Colony Wild Forest puts players in control of an ant queen responsible for building and protecting an underground colony. Ants act on their own, while players spawn specific types, upgrade abilities, and design tunnels and chambers by digging freely. Raids are launched against enemy nests across each area, with the objective of destroying all opposing bases. Colony size grows without unit limits, but survival depends entirely on keeping the queen alive. Resilient takes place after a zombie apocalypse in the 17th century as a colony management game. Players grow a settlement from a small survivor group, place buildings freely, and run production chains for food, tools, and defense. Colonists have traits, beliefs, and relationships that react to laws and ideologies. Daytime supports building and planning, while nights bring zombie attacks that grow more dangerous, testing defenses, morale, and long-term stability under constant pressure. Frostpunk 1886 reworks the original city survival simulation with expanded systems and added content. Players govern New London, manage heat, labor, food, and resources, and pass laws that influence behavior and survival. New events, mechanics, buildings, and a fresh purpose path add alternative rules and pressures to manage. Built on Unreal Engine, the game updates visuals and performance while supporting mods that allow structural changes, custom scenarios, and long-term system experimentation. Nova Roma is a city-building simulation where players create a new Roman settlement from a small village. The game involves placing districts, managing food, housing, water, and supply chains, and passing laws that affect citizens and production. Water systems require dams, aqueducts, and terrain control to support farming and growth. Citizens develop roles over time, while temples and religious actions influence stability, bonuses, and risks tied to divine approval within the city structure. DarkSwitch is a vertical survival city builder built around constructing a settlement along a massive tree. Players expand upward with limited space, connect layers, manage light, fuel, and production, and protect citizens from a spreading fog. Defenses, illumination, and resource planning support survival during attacks. Scouts travel beyond the tree to secure routes and materials, while decisions influence morale and stability as pressure increases over time and shape how the settlement functions under constant threat. Palworld Palfarm is a farming simulation where players manage a small island farm with the help of creatures called pals. Pals perform tasks such as planting, watering, harvesting, crafting, cooking, and running shops based on their abilities. Farming, building, and resource gathering expand the land over time. Combat against hostile pals supplies materials for growth. Trading at local markets supports progress, and multiplayer allows several players to share farm work and daily management together.
Friends, Tropicans, the world is changing.
Tropico 7 is a city management simulation where players rule an island nation as El Presidente. The game involves planning cities, managing the economy, meeting citizen needs, and handling political factions. A new terrain system allows land reshaping, including removing mountains and forming new islands. Governance includes laws, elections, foreign relations, and military control, while long-term growth depends on balancing productivity, public approval, and strategic construction across multiple islands and scenarios.
Vast potential, waiting for greatness. Imagine a Tropico like never before. The best Tropico in history. You're welcome. Oh, too vague? Patience, my dear Tropicans. A ruler never reveals all his cards at once.
Lily, it seems things have gotten a little hellish since we last spoke. Well, lucky for you.
Sintopia puts players in charge of running the administrative systems of Hell. The game involves building punishment facilities, processing souls, hiring workers, and balancing profit with efficiency. Actions in Hell affect the overworld, where divine powers influence living populations to sustain resurrection cycles. Souls carry accumulated sins that require specific treatment systems. Expanding across layered regions introduces new logistics, staffing demands, and risks tied to corruption, productivity, and operational control.
Hire the best personnel and keep them motivated. Carve out a route to resurrection and life comes crawling back. Up here in the overworld, the hummus manage just fine. Busy little things. But it's not all pleasure and temptation. If you're in the mood to meddle, no one's stopping you from getting a little intimate with the chaos. Finally, something worth my time. It's balanced, it's beautiful, and oh, so brutal. And we're only getting started. The real job starts September 4th.
This is how our city died.
All Will Fall is a survival city builder where construction follows real physics rules. Players build a vertical settlement on limited land surrounded by water, placing structures that can collapse if poorly supported. Resource gathering supports growth through bridges, platforms, and stacked buildings. Different survivor groups handle specific tasks, shaping logistics and production. Weather events and shortages add pressure, while difficult policy decisions affect stability, order, and the long-term survival of the colony.
We explored the land and the ocean, and welcomed newcomers into our walls. But as the city grew, so did our leader's power, and his heart slowly turned to stone. He became reckless, cruel, and greedy, hoarding food for the chosen few, and demanding to build more and more, despite all the dangers. And when the storm came, everyone paid the price. His decisions led to a catastrophe. But we will rebuild. We survived worse. Now, it's your turn to lead us. Will you be a savior or a tyrant? Bring prosperity to the last bastion of humanity, or else...
Substructure is an automation and factory management game on a rogue planet. Players build surface facilities, then dig downward to create layered production chains across caverns and platforms. Resources are extracted, processed, and transported between depths using machines, drones, and logistics systems. Farming supports early power and later large-scale output. Deeper layers introduce new materials, space limits, and environmental conditions that require redesigning factories while maintaining efficiency across the entire vertical system. Craftlings is a strategy game built around indirect control and automated production. Players assign tasks to small workers, set paths, and organize gathering, building, and transport to solve map-specific objectives. Settlements grow through farms, workshops, and town upgrades that unlock new roles and tools. Efficiency depends on layout and timing. As craftlings act independently, different biomes introduce new resources, hazards, and combat needs that require adjusting production chains and worker behavior. Underground Nomads is built around a massive drilling train that moves deeper underground. Players assign dwarves to compartments, manage production chains, handle breakdowns, and keep resources flowing to maintain progress. Expeditions and contracts supply materials for upgrades, research, and new wagons. Crew skills affect efficiency and safety, while fires, accidents, and shortages create constant pressure. Progress depends on careful logistics, technology upgrades, and integrating relics that improve train performance.